hey. Hey, hey. I'm a few minutes late. I was talking to my husband. I said I was going to be on at 8:30. I'm just a little bit late. Imagine that. Imagine Jen late. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Is this going to be where the chat is moving slow as molasses? What is this? What is this? We don't need that. I have such a headache. But I still want to sit down and do this. So these are all, this is just some of the stuff. And I just remembered I need to print all of my PayPal statements. Stuff for taxes. Hello from Michigan. I'm pretty sure that says Michigan. Oh, I'm trying to move some stuff on the table here. Make some room. How's it going? I was live earlier on Instagram for dinner tonight. Let's move that. You guys don't need to see that. Oh, let's put this over here so we don't lose it, because we need that. Still can't find my, I still have a couple of receipts that I'm looking for. Thank you. You ready for spring? It's coming. It's gonna be here whether the groundhog sees the shadow or not. You know what I'm saying? Although I think they're calling for more snow next week, so hopefully you don't get snow. This is what you call a well-loved recipe card. How many years old do you think that grease is? Welcome in. Oh, that's Rich's stuff. You don't need to see that. Here's the pickle from Christmas. I am going to be sitting down once I get a space. Once I get a spot here cleared at the table, I'm going to be organizing some of my cross-stitch supplies. But, you know, I thought 45 minutes to do this was going to be enough. You have some from your great-grandma? That was written by me, believe it or not. God only knows how long. All right, let's move the sewing machine out of the way. I will get you all set up here eventually. I just don't want to... All right, let's move the sewing machine over. Oh, I gotta order the fabric for that quilt. I need to get that quilt finished for my friend. How are you? Good evening. You watch me all the time. I gotta go get my cheaters. Oh, let's zhuzh the hair up. I gotta go get my cheaters so I can see the comments. Let's not lose that. Let's not lose that, Jen. Do we have any crafters in the chat? I know this is not very interesting at the moment, but do we have any crafters in the chat? Chat. Look, dash cam for my car that's not installed yet. One of these days. Slide that over there. Hello. Your daughter-in-law sews? So I am a I am an avid cross stitcher, although I have not done much of it for the last year because of my eyesight. But this is my office slash dining room, but I would say it's more my office than a dining room because we never eat here. So I would definitely consider this my office more than a dining room. Aw, thank you for the flower. At least I think that says flower. I have to go get my cheaters, but I have to get up anyhow, so. I got my 2 things of copy paper that came from Amazon. I have not sat down to try to print. Oh, look, I had a few more pieces of paper here. I could have printed off 10 more things. But I got to get the printer back online because the printer is showing that it's offline again. And it's driving me absolutely bonkers. Thank you. Oh, look. Oh, nope. That has something on it. Some little gnomes on it. You're going to say, what's so exciting about this? Not a damn thing. However, it might be a little bit more exciting. Not a receipt. I'm looking for a receipt from a hotel stay in October. And I know I have it. I know I saved it. I just don't know what the hell I did with it. It's one of those things I put away. I put it away in a safe spot. I'll have to look up in my cupboard. You're the king of Greece. Congratulations. I'm the queen of Sheba. Thank you. Look, when you don't have a teleprompter, but you need your words written down, you write them really big. Here is stuff from a cross-stitch chart. Ah, look, I found more paper. You're like, hey lady, get with the show. Lots of sticker paper. I mean, you might be the queen of Greece. Who am I to discount that? King of Greece, sorry. I mean, if you are, thanks for watching the YouTube, King. Yes, in case you didn't know, I am a smartass. I am a smartass. Self-proclaimed smartass. I'm spoiling you by 2 lives in one day. I am that. That just means you don't have a life either if you're on here hanging out. I gotta get back to my bags. Remember the bags that I was making? I do have a bunch made, but I gotta get back to those. First and foremost, I need to get rid of this headache. All right, let's see. Move this shit out of the way. You like me on TikTok? Listen, I gotta start budgeting my time more wisely. You know, I find myself sitting down and then I'm telling myself, oh, I gotta do this and I gotta do that. And then it's like, nah, let's just sit here. All right, so that's my ugly living room. This way. I can. I think that's everything that I want to go through tonight. Bear with me. I need to get a drink. Shall I move you so you can watch me waddle in the kitchen? People are going to be joining this and they're going to be like, what the hell is she doing? Waddle, 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 waddle. Don't know what that is in the cup, but looks like chocolate. Oh well. Some lemon. I hope this has caffeine in it. I need a lot. Nope, that's too short. I'm coming. Thank you for waiting patiently for me. We'll use this cup tonight. turn my camera that way.
Are you actually live?
Yeah, I'm on live. He's turning the camera because he's naked.
I'm not naked. My fucking belly is just hanging out. You gotta pay to see that.
Yeah, you gotta pay extra to see that. All right. Thank you for your patience. No, I'm good. I was just letting them watch me get my drink instead of me just leaving them stare at the curtain. You have been watching me the whole time you had YouTube. I love you. Please acknowledge you. Well, hello, Susan. You see where you usually sit? Okay. I got a screaming headache, so probably should not do this on live. Okay. All right. So, if this is a new subject for you, cross stitch. Cross stitch is the hobby of following a chart or a graph that has different symbols on it. I'm kind of washed out here. If I need to go get the light, I will, but this is cross stitch. Can you see that okay? It's probably hard to see because of the way the light is. Oh, it'll be good. So those are all little X's. And there's all different colors of threads. So this is a very, very old project that I knew that I have never finished it, but I didn't think about it for a while. And it's almost done. This came out of this was a 3-part series that came out of a magazine back in the day. And I still have my needle in it, which is probably not a good thing, but if you'll see, right here. See, I gotta finish. There's a guy here I need to finish. There's a little sign down here that I need to finish. And there are a couple of spots. You can't really see. In the grass here that I need to finish. That's what I need to finish on this. Oh, wait. There must be another guy. There must be another person here, too. That is what... A little spot there. That's what I need to finish on this. And then I can... And then I can decide whether I'm going to make a quilt, a little wall hanging out of it, or whether or not I'm going to go to the expense of whether I'm going to go to the expense and frame it and hang it on my wall. Oh, I got the whole freaking border. Sorry, I got the whole freaking border to do yet. At the bottom. I'm thinking, oh, I just got those little people to. I got this whole border to go the whole way across there yet. Oh, that's easy, but. Is cross stitch hard? No. No, you, I mean, listen, everybody makes, if you don't make a mistake in cross stitch, then you're exceptional. Occasionally, you'll put stitches in the wrong place and you can take them back out. That's called frogging, because you rip it. Rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it. But no. And if, listen, I've been cross stitching since 79? 1970. I was a teenager, so I've been doing this a long time. And this was done. I started working on this probably. Oh, that's so cute, Kimberly. I started working on this. It could have been 20 years ago, right after we moved into this house. So that's on my agenda to finish. So I know I have the pattern here somewhere. Hopefully it's in one of these totes. Let's see what I can. I was showing some of this on my Instagram live earlier. This is some of the embroidery floss that I dyed. And I have three skeins of these. I gotta come up with a project for this. So, all right, I'm getting off topic. You can finally see the comments. Now, on the worldwide interwebs, you can find a lot of free projects. So, a lot of people won't show these charts even though they're free, but I mean, they're readily accessible. They're not, not in any certain club or anything. So I am going to show you, and if the cross-stitch police come at me, they come at me. So see, like this is a free chart that you could get for June, just a little June thing, which is really cute. I might kit that one up. This is from the Snowflower Diaries, circa snowflowerdiaries.blogspot from 2016. Hey, Caitlin. What's up, Carm? So this one's from July. So I have all the months here. This one is a completed one. This is a working copy of a pattern that I have. So when you buy a pattern, you cannot make copies and then give them out to people. The free ones you can go on and print. But I do have the leaflet for this one for July, and I cross-stitched this. This is in my office. So I'll be pulling it out here soon. But you make what's called a working copy for yourself. See, because this one's all marked up. See, because I highlighted it. But, yeah, I made that one. Is this what I do in my free time? I've been getting back to it now that I can see with my eyes. But yeah, I've been doing this since I was a young girl. This one I made. I should show you. These are two little gnomes. Let me go get it and show you. That one was really intricate. Small, but intricate. A lot of color changes. I have too many hobbies, but this is one of my most favorites. And I actually contemplated getting rid of all my stuff when my eyesight started going downhill really bad last year. Not knowing what it was, I was thinking I had macular degeneration or something, but it was just cataracts. Maybe I don't have it in here. I thought I had it in here. I don't have it in here. I just saw it the other day. It's in a different pile. Anyways, you just woke up from your nap. So I do have this one done. This was a PDF. This is a PDF chart that you print off of. I got this off at Etsy. But again, you can't be selling PDF charts that you bought. Lots of, like I said, lots of free charts. This is from Pinker and Punkin Quilting. She does a lot of these like little houses. Little houses. This is my pattern box, so there's a lot of freebie charts in here. You love when I go live. I can't show you these because these came out of a magazine that I bought. Oh, I wondered where this floss went to. I'm trying to see what I can show you out of this. They also sell specialty threads. Look like regular sewing threads, but it's thicker, so you can use it for cross stitch. Yes, part of the hobby is collecting. Part of any hobby is collecting supplies, so that you don't have to mess with all the little individual strands of floss. I will be doing probably a more full, in-depth video about this. But do I remember you that you're Kitty? Your name says you're Kitty. Hey, Seabreeze. I'm trying to organize some of my cross-stitch supplies. This was a freebie. It's a little Santa. These are all things that you stitch with this embroidery. These are really old. 1995. You changed your name? No worries. Sometimes I want to change who I am some days. What is this? Just a folder that I saved for whatever reason. I keep all kinds of plastic bags. They're good for organizing. So what are you guys all up to tonight? Kimberly, you guys were all on earlier watching the live. Thank you, Kimberly, again for... I'm sorry I took you off of modding, but I didn't want that thing to pop up. Here's a finished one. This one is from Blackbird Designs. I think it's called Bittersweet September or something like that. Again, if I'm doing an official Floss 2 video, the lighting will be better. I'll either make just a little pillow, couch rotting. Thank you for the floating heart. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy the test results came back well too. This is also a fabric that I dyed myself. You can't really, it's not really picking up the modeling. It kind of is. I didn't feel like dragging my ring light over. Hey, Nani. This was from Doreen Jones. I did finish this one. Well, I'm not sure what I did with it at the moment. Could be in the basket behind me. This one I think I finished. And I'm really bad. I save all my receipts. Someday, if I pass on before Rich and he finds all these receipts, he's gonna be like, ugh. But it would be the same way with his fishing supplies. But again, I'm really itching to do some retail therapy now that I can see this stuff again. If we're just sitting here kibitzing, so I'm sorry if you're not interested in this. You might not be. Magazine leaflets. Next week or Thursday, you're going to your first game close. You're so excited and not nervous about it. Good. Hey, Gamer Mom. When did I buy this one? I bought this one probably a year or so ago. But this kind of goes with the vibe of my house. So I want to do this. Because, you know, we got the dumb deer heads hanging on the wall. But this one I will, without showing you the whole chart. So it kind of gives you a little, like, tips and tricks on the back. But, I'll just show you a corner. So it's a, those are all little symbols. So what I would do is I will copy this. I will make a photocopy of this and enlarge it so I can see the squares, because otherwise I won't be able to see the squares. And that's all of the colors of the So there's 477 colors of DMC embroidery floss, which I have all of them, plus whatever, but those are all the colors that are used in this. I like working with my hands. I love hand sewing. So to me, this is relaxing. Oh, this one I bought at the same time I bought that one. I just love this one. Stony Creek Christmas Sentiments. I just love that. This one I finished. It might be, I don't know. This wasn't, so this one's really old. It has an actual photograph. So whenever the designers used to put out their patterns, they actually had to go and make photographs so that they could glue them to the front of their leaflets. Is that one in here? Of course it's not in here, but that one's done. This one was one I downloaded. I bought off of Etsy. Some of the designers, within the last 6 years or so, they started putting out PDF patterns. So instead of sending away for the leaflets, you could, buy them and have instant gratification by downloading them from their shop in Etsy. But this one I actually have done, and it's hanging on the wall in my office. So what's new and exciting for all you? How are you spending your night tonight? A lot of these are more freebies that I got off of Facebook groups. Thank you, Susan. Thanks for stopping in. This was a freebie off of Facebook. Does he work? What time does he get home, Kimberly? What time does the car lot close? Thai pumpkin soup. Bex, how's your collab going? I haven't really, I know, I'm terrible, but I haven't checked in. How is your collab going with that chef? This was a 12-month what they call a stitch along, a Sal stitch along from an Australian designer. I think they're Australian. Fox and Rabbit. That one is I'm going to restart that one. He sent you $1,000. Did he send you a new stove? So what, you have to do videos then for all the products that he sent you? These are some of the little Santas. So this group, the Prairie Schooler, they put out one Santa a year for, oh gosh, it's been a lot of years. They're still to this day they still put out one a year. I thought he was going to send you a stove. Remember? Didn't you tell me that? Or did he renege? Dang-a-ling-a-lang. I can't believe I have this pattern. I was just looking up this pattern. This pattern was like $43 on Etsy. Good night, Susan. What the, maybe, I could have swore this was like $43 on Etsy. I was like, I really like that, but I'm not spending $43. I have it in my stash. Aw, thank you, Olivia. Thanks for stopping in. This one, a lot of like antique vintage type things. This one's called Away We Ride. Good. I wasn't sure how it was showing up. I really don't know what my style is. I guess I just have to like the aesthetic of the picture. Like, I like these vintagey things, and I like some of the old, like, a lot of people do, like, reproductions of samplers, and I like looking at them, but then I look at the charts, and I think I want to buy them, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, so. And this one, I don't know. I like the colors in this. I do not know anybody named Clara Ellen, so. Why is it named Clara Ellen? Oh, so a sweet sister is remembered with these stitches. My grandfather watched over his older sister as his brother hitched up the horses to the sled. The snow was blowing, and his brother flew down the road to go get the doctor. His sister Clara was ill, and there was no time to lose. The doctor and brother arrived back at the farm, only to find that they had arrived too late. My grandfather is buried next to his wife and sister in a small prairie cemetery in Nebraska. The tall grass waves in the wind over them as they remain close together. The Anniversaries of the Heart series is the place to remember those cherished family members who are dear to you. I never read that story in regards to this. That's a beautiful story, but we need to find it. No, that's a beautiful story. So it's probably one of the designers from the Blackbird Designs. One of the designers. Listen, I'm not a pro at remembering all of these names of all the designers. Alma, I believe she passed away in the last 2 years. But her, designed by Alma Allen. But yeah, Blackbird Designs is a really popular designer. So, Olivia, I do cross stitch, and I've started picking it up again with more enthusiasm now that I've had cataract surgery and I can see. I thought I was going to have to give all this away and give up one of my most favorite hobbies, and so I'm just kind of going through some of my supplies here and just showing you different. I can show you some samples here, but I like this one. I don't know why. I just like this one. I like that one. Another Blackbird design. Oh, here's the original of that. Here's the original leaflet from that one I showed you that I made the working copy. So you like to keep the originals as pristine, I guess, as you can. You could I could destroy the working copy and get rid of it, and then if I wanted to, I could turn around and resell the hard copy. But it's like, you know, it's like all that copyright stuff. You don't want to have copies just floating around everywhere that, you know, aren't paid for. This one I did. This one is a finished one. Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler. Again, downloaded from the internet. Paid for. What time is it? 9:16. This one is called Free and Brave. Oh, this might be a good one for the 250th anniversary. And I do not buy a lot of that's gonna sound like such a lie after you get done looking at all this stuff. But I do not buy a lot of these threads, but every once in a while I will go ahead and splurge. That's called Freedom from the Gentle Art, that piece of thread there. I'm sure it goes with that kit, that's why I bought it. As these do. Carriage Black. This one is called When Skeletons Dance. When skeletons dance and ghosts make merry, when pumpkins are carved, when black cats are scary, when witches I don't know. something. It's hard to read. And again, I've got the black thread, the carriage black thread to go, because that's for all the writing. Good night, Gilmore. I know, this is not very entertaining, I know. But yeah, I really don't need to buy any more patterns, but you know, this is called Reindeer Games. Ooh, I didn't know I had this one. I almost bought this one. This was on my list of things to buy. I didn't know I had this one. Good thing I'm going through these, because I almost bought this again. I would have been really upset to spend $17 on this. Summer at Hollyberry Farm, Stacy Nash. No, thank you, because I'm really happy. I was honestly, this was on. So I have like different. I shop from Etsy when I would purchase patterns. I do like 1-2-3 Stitch because they have a flat shipping rate of $3.49. But this was on my wish list on 1-2-3 Stitch. And then I wanted to do something bright, and I was searching again and remembered that I have this one. And don't let the size of this fool you. This is a big honking picture once it's done. So it's 250 stitches wide by 160 stitches tall. So the way to figure out the size, and I can't do it off the top of my head, is you take... So I either stitch on... When I first started stitching, I would use 14 count Aida cloth, which I still do use Aida cloth sometimes, but a lot of times I'll use like an even weave. So an even weave, this is going to confuse the hell out of you. An even weave, you stitch over 2 threads. So I stitch a lot on 28 count even weave, but if you divide that by 2, that's 14 count. Or I use 32 count even weave, and if you divide that by 2, it's 16. So 16 stitches per inch or 14 stitches per inch. But you would take the 250 and divide it by 14. That would give you your width in inches if you're using 14 count or 28 count, or 16 if you're using 30. Yes, but this is a big honking piece, but and I have plenty of fabric to do that one. This one I also did. This one I also stitched already. Rose Cottage Sampler. Let's see if I have that one here. Do I have that one here? Shabanga boom, I actually do. Imagine that. So here's the picture. If these were irons, you'd be able to. Let's see. If I ever decide to do this like the other professional floss tube ladies, I would have shit ironed and. But and the initials. So the initials here, AH and CH, that's my mom and my dad with the married, for the last name. And then this side, I put FR and DR for my in-laws. Thank you, Julie. And this was actually done on linen. Don't ask me what count. I should have these all written down. Do I? Probably somewhere. But yeah, so the picture doesn't really do it justice. So I don't know what I think I'm going to frame this. I thrift a lot of my frames and then frame it myself. You don't have a craft skill? I think everybody has a craft skill. What did I do with this one? This one I put out for Halloween on top of my fireplace mantle. When I did this one, I dyed my fabric like a green and then used the all black. I loved doing this one. Although I did make a lot of mistakes on it, and I wish I had it here to show you. I'm gonna have to dig that out and like show examples. Ooh, this one? Is that one, this one? This one, I can show you the example for this one. This one, and again, I shouldn't have these in, it'd be easier to see if it wasn't in the cellophane. This one's called Rack Stack, and Plum Street Samplers is one of my favorites. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she now lives in the Pittsburgh area. I don't know if you can see that. It's deer standing on top of each other. And this is just a little, just a little stuffed pillow with some chenille on the edges. But that one I did. This one I did. I also hand dyed this fabric. It was a piece of either white or cream linen. And there's the little rack stack. Is it 3 deer? Yeah, there's 3 deer, aren't there? 1, 2, 3. There I is. Good night. Good night, Anita. But this is This is just plain, like, so this linen was either white or cream or, it's very soft. But yeah, I did dye this one. So I'll cut this off, and then I still have a piece here to use this for something else. You love bunnies if I make a quilt with bunnies? I don't make quilts to sell them though. That's the one thing. This one I have in a kit. This is American Sampler. This is a big honking one too. 227 by 189. It's gonna be a big one. That house was a beast to stitch. And I don't think I'm quite done with the whole thing. Oh, you know what I did do? There's a little piece up here on the roof. You can't really see it. Anyways, there's like a flower that goes into the roof. So I thought I had the roof all stitched right, and then I looked, I had to rip out that whole corner to make room for the flower. That was enough to drive you crazy. Oh, thanks, Julie. Again, I don't know what this is. Thankful? Oh, thankful. It's hard to see. This one I should get my ass in gear and do. This says, I belong to the cross-stitch nation. This one's called Spring Fever. Again, old-timey, like antique-y looking blackbird designs. This one I have hanging up in my office for Halloween. Witchy washi. I put it on like a lime green or a light lime green fabric. It's pretty big. It's like a good 15, 16 inches. I loved doing this one. This one is another one of those, like that one I showed you from the house. This is called Be Kind Sampler, Stacy Nash. This is on my list of things I want to start. So another thing, when I first started cross stitching all those years ago, back then it was pick a project, work on the project, finish the project, and then move on to the next project. It wasn't until I started watching the Floss tubes here on YouTube that people were showing their different projects that they had going, and I'm like, oh, you're allowed to have more than one project going at a time? Like, doesn't that go against like everything? Start a project, finish a project, and that was how my mind used to work, even with sewing. Start a project, finish a project. But ever since I started watching Floss Tube, and it's acceptable to start and have 18 million different projects going. Some of these people that you watch on Floss Tubes, I watched a whip parade, works in progress. The lady had 160 different projects that she was working on. I was like, I can't do that many, but I don't have enough storage space to put all these things into project bags and store them. Could you imagine 160 different projects? Some people have, so I'm thinking the one lady that I watched, I can't think of what her name is. Quirks and Stitches? No. See, I gotta really get back into this so I can remember what all their names are. She lives in Ohio. She was turning 50, I think. 50 or 40. Anyways, she had whatever she was turning, 40 or 50. She was starting that many new projects for her birthday year. You grew up outside of Pittsburgh? Listen, there's good things and bad things about anywhere you live throughout this country, this world. I think overall, the Pittsburgh area is a nice place to live. I mean, people for the most part are pretty okay to get along with. But as the world gets more hectic, it's harder to, you know. This one is another Plum Street sampler. Betsy's Autumn. This is one that I look at these and I think, oh, that's not going to take that much time. This one, oh, this one I have hanging in my office. What's this called? Cinnamon Stars. This one I have hanging up at like Halloween and Thanksgiving time. What's one state I would like to visit? Well, I want to get back. I went to Florida one time, but that was when my dad passed. We had to go back. We had to go down to bring my mom back. But so this year in February was supposed to be the year that we went and stayed along one of the spring-filled rivers down there, like Silver Springs or isn't there like Weeki Wachee or something like that state park? But we were supposed to go. So I didn't go last year because I had a lot of knee issues and stuff, but my knees are feeling pretty good this year. We were supposed to go and rent a little Airbnb and stay on one of the Clear Spring rivers down there and go kayaking in February because the manatee come in the wintertime. They come into the clear spring-fed rivers. So I would like to get back to Florida. You suffer from anxiety and depression. Believe it or not, I have anxious episodes and depressive episodes myself. So if you're going to learn how to cross stitch, you can do something as simple as going to Michael's or Walmart and buy a little kit. Don't buy an expensive kit. Just buy a little kit. You're going to look at it and go, oh, that's just a piddly little thing. I want to do a big project. I highly recommend starting with a little kit and doing that and see if you actually like it. Your coworker's going to Disney. See, I don't have any desire to go to Disney. Thank you, Triple T. It's okay, Kitty. It's 19 years. September 10th was 19 years. I might have wanted to go to Disney when I was younger, but honestly, I guess I'm not willing to part with that much money to go to Disney. Florida does sound nice. Plus, I have some friends that live, some internet friends that live down there. So, I think I'd like to get back to North Carolina, which that might happen later this year. Talking with some friends about possibly meeting up in and around the Asheville area, but I'm not sure yet. It depends. How did I not? This one was also on my wish list. I am so happy that I am sitting here going through these with you guys. I would have ordered this again. This one is called A plant of rapid growth. Liberty is a plant of rapid growth. That would be good for the 250th anniversary of the United States this year, too. I need a talk show. You've never been to Disneyland? I'm not willing to spend all that money. Call me frugal. Here's a sampler. Little deeds of kindness, little words of love, make our earth an Eden like the heaven above. At least it's nearly spring. Yeah, we're supposed to get snow again next week. This one I have a finish. I don't know if it's in my pile here or not. This one is called Jack's Bash. Did I finish this one? Yeah, I finished this one. Your favorite Disney character is Minnie. I don't know what my favorite would be these days. I don't think it is in here. Nope, I don't know where it's at. I think it's rolled up somewhere. I love this one. This is sweater weather. The little dachshunds. Do you think I'm going to get these, it's like sewing. Do you think I'm going to get these all made before I pass away? These were freebies. These were freebies from Stony Creek. New England Winter Sampler. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I didn't stitch it yet. When I first started stitching, I was more into like the bright colors, novelty colors, like cutesy, artsy fartsy stuff. But then I find that I kind of like these vintage kind of looking things, but you'll see from, I don't know. I kind of think of them as like, would I ever hang them up in my house? This is winter, what is this? Oh, snowflakes. This is Winter Wonderland. And typically I'm not a huge, like, when I buy things, it's typically, they're not like I like little tchotchkes. Like, I have friends, they'll buy big ass decorations for their home, and I like little things, so. This one, North Country Sampler. Again, it's like a cabin feel. And then a couple of years ago, I won a giveaway from Liz Matthews. Hello by Liz Matthews. And this was one of the charts that was in there. You only learned cross stitch from the Amish? Bye. So cross stitch started, as I said, I started watching Floss tubes in 2018. And when I started stitching again, like I took a break from it for about 6 years or so, maybe 2000. I would say it had to be 2010, 2011 that I kind of took a break from it. It was right around the time that Philip got hurt. And then I made after 6 or maybe 7 years, I don't know, started thinking about doing it again. And that's when I found it on YouTube under Floss Tube. And that's when like all the hand dyed threads and all the dyed fabrics, I'm like, that was such a new thing to me because it was strictly, Aida that you could get in like 10 different colors or whatever. But I forgot I had this book too. Sweet Land of Liberty. I did this one. But I think I have to do something with the, I did stitch this, but I didn't mount it like they did, but I have to do something. I ripped some stitches out of the vase. I need to fix that. I'm not sure why, but I do. Oh, this is a cool one too. These books are pretty cool. I like that they have, you know, this one has 5 different patterns in it. What is my profession? I am in customer service. I'm in customer service for a company that does some home remodeling products. And I schedule repair technicians to go out and fix shit when people break it. This one says, I myself am made entirely of flaws stitched together with good intentions. I like this because I am a flawed person as well. So, hey Sophia, is this hard to do? Not if you start off small. I've been doing it since 1979, so I've had many years of practice. And trust me when I say, when I first started doing it, and to this day, I still have wonky stitches. So, if you can accept, you know, that it's not going to be perfect, then I say go for it. Because listen, people talk about, oh, these are going to be heirloom, you know, these are going to be heirloom projects. They're going to live on long after you're gone. They might, or they might end up in a landfill after I'm gone. So for me, it's just, it's purely the, it's the process of doing it. That's what I enjoy. Whether they live on after I'm gone or not, you know, I have my doubts. So I have my doubts. Maybe my boys will keep 1 or 2 of my things, but this is called Ladies Night Out. And it's got 3 different charts. I wish I could blow this up so you could see, but this is the first one with the 2 witches. This lady, she has like a bustier, and she's like, you know, her boobs are all pushed up, and then I don't know what this one's doing, riding a broom. But this one, she has a corset on. And that was really what I wanted that for. Okay, I'm a little weird. I am not the Martha Stewart of Pennsylvania. Trust me, I am not. I'm just a girl that likes crafting, and I take the obsession way too far sometimes. Ooh, this would be a good one for the 250th anniversary. July brings the greatest heat. Strawberries and melons make cool treats. Prairie Schooler. And the one thing I will tell you, so it was a fairly inexpensive hobby when I started. This shit can get expensive. So, and this Paula Vaughn, she was she was a very popular designer back in the day. She still is. Ooh, maybe I'll do this one for, I want to start a patriotic one. I like this one. But this has 12 different, she does a lot of designs with quilts. And, yeah, I almost parted with this book, but I think, you know, I'm glad I kept it. This one, I might have to offer this one up on the stash. Because this one doesn't really call to me, but it was part of that giveaway that I won. I don't know. I'm just not a big, I don't know. It just doesn't speak to me. But of course I kept it for sentimental reasons because it came in that. These are working copies. Oh, this was also part of that giveaway that I won. Red R sampler. Because there's a red R. This one I started somewhere. This one here. I have it started somewhere. This one I love the bird on it. These are Hello by Liz Matthews. This one I was just working on the other night. Cardinal Points chart pack. I'll have to bring it out and show you. So this was done in collaboration with the Gentle Art threads, which I showed you some of those patterns that I had, a couple of threads in them. So so Long Dog Samplers, Julia, in collaboration with the Gentle Art Thread Company, they came up with she used their threads and then made a pattern. But you know, frugal me and all this dyed floss, I used my own floss, but I'll have to show you that one. This one, Nora Corbett. What is this? Bewitched? What is this? Luna, Bewitching Pixies series. This one I can show you because it's here. She's got some beads and she's got some glitter. Oh, cardinals. There is one. Cottage. It's in my wish list. I'm ordering it. Carriage House. Oh gosh, I gotta get better at this. Carriage House samplers. She did a cardinal. It's got its wings all splayed out. I'm definitely ordering that one. Okay, oh, here's this one. Again, I didn't. Here's Luna. She's a big girl, but she wasn't hard. The beading's not hard. It looks like it's hard because of how big she is, but it wasn't. I don't think it was hard. See the glitter green thread, and then these are all beads. She's got some sequins on her wingtips here. She's got beads across the hat. And then she's got a big, long necklace made of beads. The only thing I did not buy for this one, there's supposed to be like a lavender or purple colored stone that hangs. And I was cheap. I didn't want to spend that money. I have been to Shaker Woods. No, I would not want my own booth. You know what they probably pay for those things? But I love this one. So, yeah, I'm going to frame this one, but I just haven't, you know. I just haven't. So there's the pattern. There's the... Don't you think the stitched piece does this paper pattern? This is a photograph, but I mean, the stitched piece is, oh, isn't she gorgeous? So, again, if I'll probably frame it If I do it under glass, I'm gonna have to get a spacer because of the beads. If I frame it without glass, then, you know, that might be an option too. Might be an option. Oh, here's another one I did. So this was another one that I won. This is another part of that giveaway that I had won. Glad Tidings. Isn't that what it's called? Quaker Snowflakes. Oh, yeah, Quaker Snowflakes. But it says Glad Tidings on. And the blue is the one I did. Again, this is on fabric that I dyed. This is, looks like a Lugana. But this one I used that sulky threads. Let's see, put it back on here. Trust me, there are people that watch these videos for hours. I am one of them. A lot of new floss tubers out there. This is one that I finished before I couldn't stitch anymore, so. But yeah, this is, the fabric is dyed by me. It's a little darker than what it's showing up on here, but it was stitched with like one of these spools, but it was white. I might have pictures of this one in progress on my Insta way back when. Just more of the sulkies. And I think that's it. And you'll never know what you find in my you'll never know what you find in my boxes because I keep all this stuff. This is from when Nick was, oh no, this is from Philip. 2003. This is from senior night. There's Phil's name. You can't see him though. Where's his name? There's his name. There's my Phil. He's back here somewhere. Way back there. Ooh, so yeah. Ooh, I'm so excited because, you know, found all these treasures in here. Found some patterns I didn't know I didn't have. It's nice to revisit stuff, to know what you have, so you don't order doubles. I should. The ones that I'm done with, I don't know why I'm keeping them, but I don't know. Maybe I should de-stash them, the ones that I'm done with. Sometimes that seems like a lot of work. But I could de-stash the ones that I'm never gonna do, or the ones that I have done, and save up some money for new ones. Or I should just shake my tail feather on here a little bit more and help fund the cross-stitch addiction. I will go back and organize this better. Oh, I didn't show you this one. This one I briefly showed you. Thank you, Gamer Mom. Sell them? No, I'm not going to sell the cross stitch. The leaflets I'm talking. So this Santa, I did this Santa. And these, the floss that I was like, look, I didn't finish it, but I did finish it. The floss that I used for this one was my hand-dyed floss. So it was all, the floss was all hand dyed by me. So does it kind of look like that? It better. This was a fun one. These are fun whenever you get certain sections where you don't really have to look at the pattern, you just fill it in. You know? You know what I'm saying? This is, what is this? Country Cottage Needle. It's either Country Cottage Needleworks or Little House Needleworks. They have a different one for every month. And this is November. This I'm going to put on a piece of foam core board. And I have a frame in my office where I have Velcro. So I'll put Velcro on the back of this. And there's the other half is attached to my frame. And I just pop off the month. And then pop on a new month. That sounds, huh? This one, this pattern I got off of Etsy. I think this is Cherry Hill Stitchery. Again, you'd be able to see it better if it was an iron, but it's a cutie patootie. I should have had it finished up for, I should have had this finished up for, yeah, what's that? What's that? Oh, thank you, Julie. What's that holiday we just had that we don't celebrate? Valentine's? This one is called, I don't know what this one's called. I can't remember. Please. Is it Prairie Schooler? It's a Prairie Schooler, I believe. Oh, that's so terrible. Oh, this is a Halloween one. When Witches Go Riding. Oh, Julie, that's not... Oh, thank you so much. But I'm just happy you're enjoying watching this, whatever this is tonight. But yeah, I'm going to kit this one up. I should do that one night on live. These boxes, when you buy them, you can get them on, sometimes you can get them on Amazon for a really good deal. Like less than $10. But who knows? This was before the world went crazy and prices soared through the roof. But again, these are just, they look like regular sewing thread, but they're thicker. So one strand of this is supposed to equal, 2 strands of this. So this is what they call 6-strand embroidery floss, meaning that so this, without messing it all up, this is a strand. Each of these is a strand. And intertwined in this strand, there are 6 threads. And typically, when you use like a 14 count or a 16 count or even an 18 count, you can, oh, thank you for the disco ball. You typically pull 2 strands out of this. If you're bored, let me know, please. But typically, so see the different strands? So if you use 2 strands to stitch with, 2 strands, you would use just 1 of this. So And these come in all different colors, but I just picked some of the, do I have anything in mind for these? No. I did buy the reds though, because I would like to do a red work sampler. So I should probably do a proper, oh, I wanted to show you this one. This one? Hold on, let me go get it, because I was just working on it the other night. I worked on it like three evenings. Oh, I found the gnome. I found those gnomes that we were talking about earlier, that I was talking about earlier. Duh. This was, this bag here. Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily Designs. This was part of that giveaway that I won from Hello by Liz Matthews. It was she like takes vintage like quilts and things and then incorporates them into project bags. So here are all my threads for this project, minus maybe the black, but the black might be in there, I'm not sure. But these were all, I dyed all of these specifically for this project. They all started off, I believe they might have started off with a colored base, and some of them might have been a white base, and then I dyed them to the color that I wanted. Because, you know. And this one I put fabric along the edges. I put fabric along the edges because I was cutting it close with my fabric for my stitched portion. And I work in a hoop, but I do not do a stab method. I do it like a sewing method. And you can Google, you can search that. But this, sorry for the wrinkles, but this is, again, this is the picture. And then this is what I have done. I think my threads look pretty good. Sorry for the... Well, this one I take a little bit of extra caution and make sure I wash my hands every time I work with it because it's on white fabric. And the white fabric is going to pick up all the colors the best. So I'm really careful with this one. Make sure you wash your hands, get all the oils and whatnots. But yeah, I really like how this one's coming along. And I wish you could see, when you look at it up close, you could see the variegation in the dye. You probably can't pick it up on here. But yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one. I saw, one of my favorite floss tubes to watch is Just Keep Stitching. Group of two ladies, Pam and Stephanie, mother and daughter. And Pam made this a couple of years ago. So she inspired me. All right, let's put this back in the right bag. Again, this is the original pattern, but I have I have a working copy that I see I started highlighting. I had to highlight that damn bird. It was screwing me up. So I worked, I think, 3 nights on this. And I got a good portion. I got a good hunk of it done. But yeah. So they gave a list of all the threads on the back. Like they said these are Gentle Arts threads: Raven, Presidential, Morning Glory, Hyacinth, Briar Rose. So these are not Gentle Arts threads. They're just my interpretation of those colors. If you look, let's see, if you look at this one, this is what I call flamingo because of the pink. But you can kind of see the variegation in it. See the different shades of pink? You feel like you want a hug. I'm an awkward hugger, but I'll give you a hug. It's just a cross-stitch picture. I just say just, but it's a cross-stitch picture. Now wait a minute. Shebang, shebang, shoo-wee, shoo-wop. Oh, this was another little house I did. This was from Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting blog. She puts out. Oh, this is that one I showed you a little bit earlier. I said I needed to fix the vase, the urn. For some reason, I picked this out. I don't think I like the color that I used. But I just need to fix that little bit, and then I could do something with this. Thank you for the laughing disco, Mrs. 57. Mrs. 57, wasn't your name Mrs. 57 before, but now it's a 5-7? It's embroidery, cross stitch. This one is, what's it say? 1776. Again, I like little, I might frame this. This is fabric dyed by me again. I like little pictures, especially when I hang them in my office. Like, I should find a spot in my house and hang them, but I like to change them up in my office, so I just hang them haphazardly. This was a little freebie that I just worked on in one evening. Yeah, just a little freebie, because this could be a Christmas ornament. It just says winter. I do like patriotic stitching too. These are the gnomes. Remember that gnome that I showed you, the picture of the pattern earlier? Well, here's my gnomes. And this fabric is also dyed by me. I went crazy on a dyeing. This is it's got to be Lugana because it's got the orange thread, and the orange thread means it's Zweigart. So this was probably an antique white that I dyed. And again, the camera's the camera's not doing it justice, but this was a bugger and a half. This had so many little color changes. But this fabric it's like a pink base, and then it's got a purple on top of it, and it's not showing up on camera very well. You have 2 big ones? All the seasons from the Dimensions collection. I love cross stitch, Chrissy. I can't remember who this is. Do you want me to find it? Again, not a professional floss tuber. Just an impromptu whatever. If I ever do this as a profession, if I ever do this as a formal floss tube, I promise I'll try to do better. But you know, I'm chaotic as it is, so. Oh, here it is. I'm chaotic in real life. Why should I be any different now? This is called Two Gnomes. Why do I not have... Wonder why the designer's not on here. I don't know. If you really want to know where I got who I bought the pattern from, message me and I'll let you know. But this was, see, they did it on white, so this here shows up a little bit better. Whereas on mine, see, all this kind of blends into the, I promise you, you'd be able to see these better if they were ironed. Maybe. My curtains, the fabric I got at Joann Fabrics before they went out of business, probably a year before they went out of business. And then what's on top of it is a rag garland that has lights in it. But I do want to change them out. I have a red plaid here. This. I was gonna use this and do a valance for Christmas, but I thought this might even go into summertime. Don't look at the fuzz. You can imagine me with a gnome garden. No, I don't have one. All right. That was fun. Thanks for watching while we went through that. I will have to go back through there and organize a little bit better, but... This is a basket of mishmash with more embroidery hoops. I need to get my shit together. I have been trying all kinds of embroidery hoops to see which one I like best. I got this square one off of Amazon. It's not bad. It's not bad. It doesn't hold the fabric. It comes in a couple different sizes, but I like the square. This one is also a rectangle. I got this off of Amazon. I covered the inside with a piece of fabric because this one does not hold so well. These are like those Susan Bates. These work pretty well. But yeah. A lot of people use what's called a Q-snap. I can't use those. I have one of those for quilting. I don't like it. Oh. You're so depressed lately. I can feel that. I can feel that with the winter. I can understand that. And then, because I don't have enough floss that I dyed myself, now I haven't purchased for a while, so it's probably been a good almost 2 years. I don't think I've bought any cross-stitch stuff since when was I diagnosed? The end of 2023. So I don't think I bought any cross-stitch stuff since the fall of 2023. But why did these did not? So I was trying to do a inventory of all the stuff that I had bought. These are not, these must have been before she started keeping track on her website. These are These are from a website called Dyeing for Cross Stitch. The word dyeing, the number 4, and then cross stitch. She hand dyes all these. Although that everything pumpkin is not as nice as the stuff I had. Oh, these are silk. Duh. These are silk threads. That's why. Now, aw, Nikki, I'm sorry. Cross stitch is not hard to do, although I would definitely, when DMC used to be a quarter, like 29 cents, when I started working at Joann Fabrics, yeah. That was like, I think Michael's is 72 cents. A lot of places it's over $1, but thank God for senior citizens discount. And sometimes if you do the Michael's online shopping, it takes a long time to get your list together, but sometimes you can save 20% by ordering it online. These are silk. I am not a fan of stitching with silk. I found out. So honestly, I don't know if I can bear to part with these, but I might have to. Because I wanted to be like the cool kids and have silk threads. And now that I know these are silk, I thought I had these in cotton, but these are all silk. Now that I know these are silk, I might have to destash these. They're very soft, but I don't like, I don't know. I feel like they get caught on my dry skin too much. What did I pay for these? She doesn't have it listed. Oh, excuse me. I don't mean to yawn at y'all. I bet you these were like probably 3 something a piece. I love this website. Dyeing for cross stitch, but on her website it's dyeing and then 4 and then cross stitch. What did I miss, Nikki? Oh, don't worry about being a Debbie Downer. You could watch this all night. I cannot do this all night. But I might have to offer these ones up because I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, feel free to vent at any time, Nikki. Oh, I wondered where these ones were. These are cotton. These are on a DMC base. What is this one? Jack. This is Jack for Halloween. Orange and black. So soft. Again, so soft. Chalcanthite. Chalcanthite? I don't even know what the hell that means. It's a blue. Blue? Again, the variegation is very subtle. I wonder if she puts these in fabric softener to get them so. One of those is rum punch and one of those is Sedona. They're very subtle. Oh, that isn't that true though. Everybody's got something. And Nikki, you probably go out in public, put on a smiling face, and nobody knows the shit you're going through. That's why I tell you, you always got to be nice to people that you meet out in the wild. Because, good night. Is Bonnie going to bed? Good night, Bonnie. Thanks for hanging out. Again, I got a couple of specialty ones. This is probably for one of those red, white, and blue ones. This, I don't know. I bought 25 yards of this. I think I was... Oh, I got more than that because each one of these is 10 yards. Plus, I got a 25-yard skein somewhere. You think I like this one? Is this the 25-yard one? God only knows. This is orange, gold, and... So I bought these for something. Some kind of big-ass project, which I haven't started yet. Good night, Gilmore. Isn't it sad, though? Somebody told me on one of my videos in a comment, oh, I think it was the Bad Bunny video, because I uploaded it to YouTube here, because it's like, you know, I have it on TikTok, I have it on Facebook, I have it on Instagram, and then I have it on here. And sometimes I stagger where I upload it, but, and it's funny how things do better on some platforms than other, but, I think the gist of what I said for the caption for that Bad Bunny dance was that we can respect cultures, you know, even if we can't understand the words, we can still give respect for the cultures. And somebody said that respect is earned. It shouldn't be. Respect is earned. It's not automatic or something like that. We only got about 2 inches today. You went to look for macrame? Do they have a lot of macrame stuff? Okay, that's what I said. That's what I kind of said. I thought, and I said, no, I said, everybody deserves respect until they prove otherwise. Why not just automatically give somebody respect? And then if they're an a-hole, then, okay, then they don't deserve your respect. But I feel like everybody deserves your respect until they prove otherwise. How hard is it to be polite to somebody? Yeah, if they're going to be a jagoff to you, then yeah, rethink that. That's... How hard, and listen, and my coworker, I wouldn't say we're friends, but we're acquaintances, and over the last 8 years, we've learned to, we've gotten much better. Frankly, when I first started, she was a bitch. Still can be. However, you have to learn people's personalities, and you have to learn kind of what makes them tick. And sometimes people act a certain way, but that does not mean... For the longest time, I just plain thought she was a bitch. But I've learned that she lacks a little bit in self-confidence. So she gives off this persona of a hard ass. And she's really not a hard ass. But we were talking the other day. So we have some youngins. We have some youngins that work with us. And she was saying about manners. And I said, yeah, I said, when I go in the door, if I reach the door first and somebody's coming in behind me, I pull the door and I open it and I let that person go through. And then usually they say thank you, reciprocate when they get to the second door. They're holding it for you. You walk through and you go, oh, thanks, right? These young'uns, I held the door for the young'uns. They both walked in, didn't acknowledge me holding the door. They walked through the second door and just let it close back in on me as I was walking in the building. And I'll be like, I'll be go to hell. I am not holding the door for them anymore. I am not holding the door for them. They don't know how to say thank you. Because we were talking, I'm like, manners. And she goes, yeah, what is it? Like, are these, we call them kids because we're old. She's like, are they not taught this? I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, these are all of my threads that I got to go through and organize because I have some that I've used in projects. And again, this if I had the ring light on, I think it would show up much better, but do I have anything in mind for these? No, I was just having fun dyeing the threads. And then I pull them out and I use them as I find projects. I still have probably, I bet you I still have another 200 yards of just plain white that I can be dyeing into colors. Because why just buy a few skeins? I wish you could see these all. I wish you could see them for the colors that they actually were. Like this one. And some of these probably were a base color, like a gray or something, and then I dyed them black. Like this one. So you can see the variegation. Do I know what I'm going to use them for? No, but it was a hell of fun. It was a hell of a fun time dyeing them. No, I'm not a teacher. I just like sitting here yapping. But yeah, I got to organize those. And I was doing this because I'm frugal, right? I'm frugal because I didn't want to spend $4. What are these? These are like $2.39 for one of these, and there's 5 yards. These are like $2.39 or $2.60 for one of these, and these have 5 yards, right? I'm like, I'm not going to spend $2.50 on this when I could spend $2.50 on this or this and get X amount, oodles of amount. Because I think I bought the big ass spool of I thought I had it in here to show you. I bought the big cone of white embroidery floss for probably $16. And then I would buy the dyes, you know, on sale or whatever. So here's me. I probably still spent the same amount of money, but I got more floss. So yeah, I thought I'm being frugal, but and it's good to pull these out and play with them every once in a while because it gets the dust off of them. These hang, believe it or not, because, you know, I'm bougie. These hang, Rich cut me a piece of pegboard and framed it. And so it hangs right inside my bedroom door, and I have little hooks. And so these hang on my pegboard so that I can see them all the time. I am not bougie. Hey, Sugar and Sage. Well, thank you. The shampoo is Biolage, something like that. My friend Denver bought it for me for Christmas. And then this, I'm into spreadsheets. Y'all, I never knew how to make a spreadsheet. I played with it here and there. And I've been doing spreadsheets, so I've been marking like all these specialty threads that I bought, and then all the DMC. I want to note how many skeins I have of each of those, and then I went through and I cataloged my fabric. I cataloged my fabric. So more dyeing for cross stitch. And honestly, I guess you can see the modeling, the variation. This, I bought this. I did not dye this. I bought that. I have more from her. This is like a peach color. And then this. What did I do with the other one? Should be two of these here. There's two of these somewhere, but I bought one. She does fabric of the month, and so she has it marked down pretty. She has it marked down a few dollars if you buy the color of the month. But I bought one, got it, liked it so much that I sent away for another one. And this shit, I'm telling you, some of these people charge $35 and $40 for fabric, and she does not. When she has it on her fabric of the month, it's still pricey, $26 or something like that. But I love the way she dyes her stuff. Do I have anything, a project in mind? No. This is part of the hobby. Stash acquisition. This is going to be a long-ass live, is it not? But I have another one of these because this one is a 32 count and I bought it in a 28 count. This one's called Bugs and Hisses. This is from Mystic Fabrics. It's a orange. Does it show up as orange for you? Orange and grayish black. Like a Halloween-y type. Orange and gray. Some of these dyers, they would have what's called Friday fight nights or something like that, where a lot of them have like storefronts now that they sell out of, but they would spend weeks dyeing fabric, and then they would go on like a Friday night, and they would offer it up, and you'd be sitting on like typically on Facebook, and you'd be typing in trying to beat the other person out to get this piece of fabric. It was a lot of fun. I think I did it on, I think this is one of those things. You like the sunflowers? I thought this was red. It is not. It is orange. I thought this was red. This is what happens when you catalog these in the dark. Whoa, that one shows up really bright. It is not that orange, trust me. It's more of a deep red rust. It's more of a rust. It's not that bright. Where did I get the curtain rod from? Probably the Walmart years ago. But again, more. Now see, that shows up as yellow. It's not yellow. It's gold, but it's not that bright. Is there a way to fix it? Nope, I don't want a sticker. Nope, I don't want a sticker. Retouched. What does that do? Nope, it still shows up as... What's that? What does that do? Nope, don't want that. Nope. Harley Orange. It's a little deeper than Harley Orange. But this is more gold. It is not yellow. So that's what I mean. These are not showing up. This one, in real life, is more like how this one's showing up on camera. But yeah, and then I source a lot of stuff off of eBay. People find things at like, you know, estate sales or whatnot. Again, 123 Stitch is one of my favorite places to buy fabric. And then I have just some more white here in case I decide to dye. But I like even weaves. I'm getting into linens a little bit more, but even weave is pretty much my jam. But I do have a lot of Aida cloth here too. Like this one is, what is this one? Stitch Me. This one, I think I won as a giveaway. I have no idea what I'm gonna stitch on it. No idea yet. I always say I buy for when I retire. Cause God, I know it's what it's gonna be like now after watching Rich do all this Medicare crap. But again, a lot of neutrals. This is one I hand dyed myself. I used it for something. I can't remember what, but see, I got a big chunk cut out of it. Yellow, pink, and peach. I was like, oh, let's try this color combination. I do too, Chrissy. Good night, Elise. Elise. I called it, is it Elise? Alicia? I don't know how to say that. Do I make Irish food like corned beef and cabbage? I have in the past. Just some plain whites in case I decide to dye as in dye fabric. This I got off of Etsy. I used half of it for something. I don't remember what. Maybe it was that. I don't remember what. Vintage Country Mocha. I love these. But again, I went through and cataloged all of these. So they're on my spreadsheet. I know what I have. Summer khaki. But it's like a green. Blood orange. This one's called blood orange, but it's more like a darker pink. Aw, thank you. Is it Foxy Mane? Thank you. I have no idea. I liked it. You know, if I had to, I could get rid of all this fabric and it would probably help pay for medical shit. If I needed it to. This one is more taupe and gray, but it's coming out a weird color on camera. But look at that. Look at that modeling. One day I should do a video on showing you how to dye this fabric if you're into cross stitch. This is Mystic Fabrics, Lugana. Again, more browns. This is showing up as gold. It's not gold. Green. This one I dyed myself. Look how it shows up green in the camera. It is not green. I guarantee you it is not green. Some of this got dyed in a mason jar. You just scrunch the fabric all up and you put it in a mason jar. Some of it was dyed in a little butter container. I just love doing this. This I bought because I don't know, I needed yellow. Purple. Oh, this is from my lady that I buy all those threads from. This is dyeing for cross stitch. It's more peach or pink than what it's showing up. It's showing up very yellow in that camera, but it's not. Just see, I swear to God, these are showing up as green or whatever. I hope they're showing up better for you. Hi. It looks pink and white to you? Okay. This is another one I did. I just wonder if they would show up better with my ring light. This is kind of like a lavender background with some taupes and like some browns and grays on it. This one I dyed. And yes, you want it to be mottled and splotchy like that. This is another one of those cocoa colored ones. That's the whole idea. You like the modeling, the marbling. I like the, you know, the antique-y look. Those were all linens. And so linens and the even weaves, they take on the dye different. This is an even weave. Oh, just another tan that I dyed. More white. And then again, this company, Floss and Fabrics, is she's no longer selling on Etsy. I wish she was still selling. This is called Oaken. I don't know if she dyed this or if she bought this from another company and then cut it up and sold it. But again, eBay, every once in a while, you can find a really, really good buy there. This is from either a closeout or an estate sale. And I'm sure I had to got it for a really good price. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. But this is linen. And this This was 2 yards of linen. It's very stiff at the moment, but so 1 2 3 Stitch is having a sale on linen right now, and some of that shit is $80 a yard. So if you can find a good deal on eBay, then you gotta snatch it up, because this girl is not paying that much money for a yard of fabric. You got 4 inches? Good night, Elise. Is it a leash or a leash? A lease. But this will be dyed different colors. This is an ivory or a cream. It's looking very yellow on this camera. But this will be, I will either tea dye this or do something to tone down the color, or else I'll just go crazy, and maybe I would like a piece of red, because I don't have any red. But that might be a plan. So I might have to do a video on that. It's very expensive, Nikki. So this piece of fabric here, I probably paid $26 just for this. And that was, to me, at that time, that was a splurge. But the $26 was cheaper than $35. So that's probably why I bought it. But yeah, I was looking at some de-stashing today on Facebook. And it was a good de-stash price for what she was selling. But it averaged out to be $30 for a fat quarter. So a fat quarter is 18 by 27. So yeah, it's expensive. Hello from Germany. Or a navy blue. I don't have any dark blue. I don't know what I would stitch on it, but... And I really hardly ever stitch anything on plain white anymore, except for that cardinal points that I was showing you. And even like this is called sunflower? No, golden blossom. Huh, same difference. This is a more gold than it is a bright yellow, but even this, I might consider over dyeing some tans or something just to tone it down a little bit. Just not into the basic white anymore, you know? But yes, I cataloged this all. It's all on my spreadsheet. And this tote is full, so I probably should stop. I think I counted... I have like 26 pieces of even weave. And probably at least another 20 pieces of linen. So honestly, I probably have enough until I leave this earth. But again, that's part of the fun. Stash acquisition. Part of the fun. Good night. Good night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, Layla. So if you're a crafter, you probably know. Do you do the same thing? Am I the odd person out that just has, like even now, I said earlier when I was live, I have an itch to do some retail therapy. I have not bought stitching supplies in a long time. I'm getting back into it. And I'm having the urge to kit stuff up and buy more shit. Yes. 2 different things. And I say I'm buying for retirement. Because I think when I finally do retire, hopefully in 5 years, that I may not be able to afford to buy too many craft supplies. And the price is just going to keep going up. So, to everybody that's watching this video, thank you all so much, because you're helping to build the stash eventually. Did I dye? Oh, I did dye this one. I thought this was... You can't. I did dye this one. I thought this was solid until I started looking. Oh, I like this one. What am I going to do with that? Sorry if your English is broken. It's quite all right. I do not know German, so I think we're even. Right? Didn't you say you were from Germany? You just haven't gotten into stitching yet. No, Julie, I got at least... I might cut back my hours here in a couple of years. I did warn my boss. I might go back to 4 days a week. If I can afford to do that. I want to cut back just enough where I can keep my health insurance. And if I can afford to lose that 1 day a week, and then kind of supplement it by hopefully staying on social media, then that might be the plan. Because y'all, the ebb and flow of what you can make on social media changes in an instant. I don't know if you've heard people on TikTok that used to be making big money. I don't make big money on TikTok, never have. Talk about how it has changed up since January when things switched over. Even on Facebook, I've noticed that things have changed up a little bit since the beginning of the year. So I don't know if it's just the ebb and flow of the algorithm. But yeah, I work a regular job, so I can't depend on the, the little bit that I get from social media to be able to retire. And that's okay. That's okay. And then a lot of people get mad because they're like, social media is not a real job. Like, seriously, some of these people put a lot of hours into their social media. It is not a quick thing to be editing videos and whatnot. Aw, thank you. Have a good evening. Get some sleep. Hey, Kitchen Queen. Oh, listen, Julie, everybody deserves to have a nice retirement, but I was talking with the lady that was waiting on me at the pharmacy the other day as I was picking up medicine. I told her, people think that when you retire that you're going to get on Medicare and, things are going to be taken care of for you and this and that. Ha! The reality hit us whenever Rich decided to take Medicare. He didn't retire yet, but he took the Medicare. Which he was doing it to save his boss. His boss was paying $1,200 a month for his insurance, for Rich's insurance, because Rich he was covered, fully, something like that. If anybody's, I don't know, whatever it was. Anyways, so Rich decided to do the Medicare, and then, anyways, the Medicare is still $500 and some a month, so I was telling that to the lady. I'm like, yeah, people think when you retire, it's just going to be, so easy, and you have nothing to worry about, and yeah, that's a bunch of baloney. So, and then I have another container of the Ada cloth, which has the holes more pronounced in it, So. Oh. There's another pattern. I think I finished this one now. Repeat the sounding joy. I think I finished this. I gotta find where I have all these stashed, and I'll have to bring them out and show them to you. I have stuff everywhere. Build my craft stash. Well, I did not get my floss organized, but I'm about ready to hit the hay. What I wanted to do was, I wanted to see if I had doubles of any of my home dyed ones. And see, like this one, honey gold. I call this one honey gold, but I have two of those. So I don't know if I want to put them all on one or just leave them on two like that. Some of these I didn't even name, so I don't know if they're the same. They look the same. I just made up my own names. Honey Gold, Freesia, Sassy Brass, Sunflower, more Freesia. And I make tags. I make these floss tag, floss keeper. I can't remember the correct name for them. But I was printing out my own cardstock, punching the holes. And then I had some chipboard, so I cut my own. And they're all, they're all wonky. Like, see, some are out of cardstock. My DMC is all wound on bobbins in boxes. This, or I would use boxes. I think this was from a gyro box or a cereal box. Who knows? Could have been from cookies. Could have been from ice cream sandwiches. I am all for recycling things. What was this box from? I think this was a gyro box. Oh, I get nasty comments too, but I do like a good clapback every now and then. So, oh, I forgot I got these. These little acrylic hearts. Wonder what I used them on, because I haven't seen them. I got shit everywhere. Thank you for the floating heart. And then one of my other favorite ladies, Victorian Motto Sampler. I see she's back to dyeing some floss again too. I think I have like 50 skeins of her stuff. And she put up some new stuff recently. And I'm like, oh, I think I might need to add that to my stash. But so far I've held off. It's in my cart, but I gotta go. We got our tax appointment on Saturday, so holding my breath for that. There's some greens, seafoam greens. I love the these bright colors. I love them for like Halloween and stuff. A lot of the more subdued colors, you know, I use for those samplers and whatnot. But when I was dyeing, I was just trying to get all different shades. Because, you know, your girl likes variety. I like variety. And these are not all the same either. Walmart's your jam? Walmart irritated the hell out of me yesterday, because they didn't have copy paper. I'm like, how do you not have a shelf that has any copy paper on it? You know? And I don't know what all this is. Oh, this is just more that I dyed. I dye it and then I go, oh, what am I going to use that for? I don't know. It's pretty cool. But I do think I do think I'm going to pull these ones. These are ones I dyed myself. I think I'm going to pull these off and use them for and use them all in one project. Might have to do that. I think I know exactly the small town southern life. So this is for embroidery. These are just the base is DMC white embroidery floss. Some of these were colored bases as well, but I over dye them. Somewhere here, nope, I think it's hanging up. Somewhere, these are all grays. That one looks green. Light green grass. Good thing it looks green, huh? These are grays. Some of them I took regular DMC embroidery floss and I over dyed, I like antiqued them. Those are hanging up in my bedroom already. But you, so I'll finish off by showing you, I did show this at the top of the live, and then I'll show you a couple things and I'm going to close out the live, but this is it's a chart. It's a chart with symbols, and each symbol is for a different color. This one I have to finish up. But I don't. So each of those is an X of the embroidery floss. This is what the back looks like. Look, you know that you took some care when the back looks as good as, well, not as good as the front, but when you can look at the back and you can tell what the front of the picture should be. When the back looks almost like the front, you don't want to travel with your stitches too far. That's the back, that's the front. Since about 1979. So I was born in 65. So I was what, about 14 or 15 when I started. And this one I showed a little bit earlier. These are gnomes. Yes, I'm sorry the fabric is not ironed. I wasn't really planning on and things I like to stitch run the gamut from antique-y looking to modern looking, so. I don't know if you can see. You can't, I don't know if the camera's really picking up, but on this brown, you see like the variation in the thread, the different shades. So that's not changing for each stitch. That's just the variation or the variegation in the thread as you stitch it that gives you that shading. So that's what hand-dyed threads will do for you. Thank you. It takes patience, but I happen to love hand stitching, so that's why I like quilting. I like to hand quilt when I can. This one is called Rack Stack. If you'll see, there's 3 deer. There's a gray one, a light one, and then a brown one up here. And then the fabric again is hand dyed. Hand dyed by me. And then this one, I was telling them, whoever was here earlier, this one is kind of paying homage to my mom and dad and Rich's mom and dad. It has their initials here. My mom, my dad, Rich's mom, Rich's dad. going by the, you know, it's not my mother's maiden name or Rich's mother's maiden name. It's the, you know, the proper married last name. But I think I dyed this fabric too myself. Yep. So, if you had patience, you listen. I do it sitting watching TV, and I have a light that has a magnifier on it. So, but I think I'm gonna thank you for hanging out. I think we're gonna come to the end of the live. Thanks for letting me go through some of this stuff with you. I think I'm good. I have, like, again, more receipts in here. I think we're gonna end this live. 2 hours of watching me go through craft stuff. So, if I get once I get more organized, I'm gonna go through and do a whip parade, and I'll know exactly what fabric I'm using and, you know, who the pattern is and this and that. Once I get that organized, I'll sit down and I'll do a whip parade. And I'll go back through and show some complete. I have more completed stuff, and I'll be able to tell you, you know, who the designer was and this and that. So I will come back and do that eventually. So have a good, thank you, Darcy. Thanks for watching. Your girl's getting tired, so, and guess what? My headache's gone. Amber's Ambition. There are so many videos out there. I don't know if I could get the proper setup to actually, you know, be able to point at the fabric and show you exactly how to do it. I guess if I could ever figure it out, but you know, YouTube is a great resource. There are a lot of great how-to videos. I would say if you're gonna try to do cross stitch, start it like I was telling earlier. Go to Michael's or go to the Walmart, and in their craft department they have small kits. You know, it might be a ladybug, or it might be a rainbow, or it might be a heart, or you know, or it might be a teddy bear or something like that. Just to just so you could experience it. You don't want to get too fancy with tiny fabric. Like, you want to start off probably with a basic Aida cloth that has the holes pretty well, what's the word I'm looking for? Pronounced. I don't have anything on Aida cloth here to show you. Here's a piece of, this is a piece of Aida cloth, but it has sparkles, so. Can you, I don't think you can see. Can you see how the squares are kind of pronounced on that? Probably not. Yeah, see, you can kind of see the different squares on the Aida cloth. You know, once you get that in a hoop, you can see the holes where your needle has to go. Or you can, well, I wouldn't buy this nowadays because it's expensive. But this is just, so this is perforated paper. What do I have here that'll show you? Perforated paper. It has the tiny little holes. Aida cloth has the holes that are pronounced. So let's see if it'll show up on here. No. Anyways, I would start on Aida cloth. It's the easiest way to learn. I wouldn't work up to like any of the specialty fabrics. And I have a lot of projects stitched on Aida cloth, and they're really pretty. I just don't have anything here to show you at the moment. You're picking up what I'm putting down? To me, this is a stress reliever. I just love the motion of, you know, sewing with my hands. Some people, and I don't do it because I want to get this project done in 2 days. I know that it takes time. So, all right. I really am going to leave now. Thank you so much for watching. We've been on for 2 hours. You do the crochet Tweety Bun Buns. I have Kimberly. I don't know if she's still on here, but one of the best mods out there on social media. She bought me a little crochet kit. It's Grinch head ornaments. And then I always wanted to get into the amigurumi. Is that how you say it? So I bought a kit from Hobby Lobby, of this little cat I wanted to do. But other than that, I don't really crochet anymore. And I have a whole box of scrapbook paper that I need to get rid of, so. Natalie, that just means you're an old soul, I think. Art teacher that brings peace. I feel like I just ramble on, Julie, and I don't know that I have much of anything to say, but I'm just, again, not an expert. Some of these, if you watch regular floss tubes, these people, they know their shit. They are very, very into it. Me, I'm just like, yeah, I like to stitch that, so. But I like to see what people are working on, and I like to see the projects they're working on, and I like to get ideas from what they're stitching and how they're stitching, and I don't know. I would hate to see. Well, crochet has made a comeback since the world shut down. Cross stitch has been making a comeback. However, cross stitch is not as inexpensive as it used to be. I mean, it's still, you know, but if you have any questions, feel free to message me or ask or whatever. So, and again, you don't have to be as, excuse me, you don't have to be as obsessed with collecting things. And I'm telling you right now, this is tame. My glasses make my eyes look really big. This is tame. I watch some of the floss tubes, and no shame to any of these people. And, you know, if they can afford it, that's fine. Some of their hauls, stash acquisitions that they do, some of these ladies are on, you know, a couple of times a month. Some people come on once a month. Some of the hauls, I'm like jealous, but then I'm like, dang, my pocketbook would never be able to afford that. So, yeah. And gotta remember, this is probably, like I said, 2018 to 2026. So what's that, 8 years? So this is 8 years of collecting. This is not bad. This is not bad. Go watch Brenda and the Serial Starter. They are wonderful ladies. They do a lot of reproduction samplers, but they are pros at stash acquisition. The 911 Stitcher, Stacy. Who else? Pam and Steph just keep stitching. Steph actually just recently opened her own online cross stitch shop. So, who else? Who else? Lots of them. Colorado Stitcher. I can't think of all their names. Three Trail Stitchers. They're two sisters and a cousin. I love their Floss Tube channel. They're just so down to earth, and I love what they stitch. And who else? Sarah the Memphis Stitcher was doing floss tubes. She is now the owner of a cross stitch shop. Who else? Steel City Stitchers. Or gals located here in Pittsburgh. They're running their own retreat coming up here in a couple of weeks. Who else? Who else do I watch? Handwork Maniac. I just watched her whip parade yesterday. I don't know. There's just so many of them. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Have a good sleep. I'm thankful that my headache is gone. So I'm good. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. So, yeah. You too, Amber. Thank you for watching, Julie. I got a 47 of you in here. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the thumbs up. And just thanks for watching. And, yeah. I am from Pennsylvania. So, my Floss and I, we're taking our leave. Have a good Thursday. We'll see you when we see you.